Hey guys, Commander Cook here, and currently I'm working on a custom that's a little bit more complex, so it's taking some extra time, but I've been kind of having this video that I've been wanting to do, and so this seemed like the perfect time to do so. So I'm going to go over my top 5 most wanted Black Series figures, and this list will in no way speak for the Black Series community as a whole, just my personal list. If you enjoy this video or don't, definitely let me know, and let me know if you would like to see more of these types of videos. One thing that I do want to note before I go forward is that some of these picks may come across as surprising, and that may be for the reason that my collecting is mainly character focused. For example, I have the Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker figure, and that is because he is my favorite character in Star Wars, as well as this is my favorite look for him. But I don't have any other Return of the Jedi Star Wars figures because I simply don't care to own them. And for an example in contrast, it seems like a lot of collectors collect a trilogy or a movie or to complete a team or scene. So just for fun, before I go into my top 5, I wanted to give you my most wanted Black Series roleplay item, which is the Imperial Death Star Trooper helmet. The Imperial Death Star Trooper is honestly just one of my favorite designs with the all-black outfit and the sort of samurai-looking helmet. I also think it would make it a lot easier for cosplayers if they wanted to cosplay the Death Star Trooper, because at least from I've looked around and all the options out there seem to be pretty expensive, and even if you were to do something like a 3D print, that kind of takes a lot of work, whereas you could have a $100 Hasbro option that you can buy at GameStop, as we've seen with other helmets. What would also be cool is if Hasbro really modeled it after one of the models from the movie, of course. It could maybe be 501st approved, like I believe the Stormtrooper helmet in the Black Series, that I believe that one is 501st approved, so it would make it even easier in cosplaying for the 501st. Either way, I think it would be a pretty cool helmet to have on display. So starting at number 5 for my most wanted Black Series figures, and it's really quite a niche look, it would be the Han Solo in his, at least what Battlefront 2 dubs it as, the Corellia Chase outfit. Now I don't think we would ever get this look in the Black Series, to be honest, just because like I said, it's a niche look, but I do think it's a pretty cool outfit with the sort of like white vest on top of the black pants. There's really not a whole lot to it, but I do think it's a cool outfit, and it would definitely be dope to have in the Black Series. And I will say, if it meant that we ended up getting it in the Black Series, I definitely wouldn't mind using the old head sculpt and kit bashing some parts from other figures. At number 4, I have Lord Starkiller. To be honest with you, I've never played the Force Unleashed games, so I don't really know a lot about Starkiller other than the fact that he is Darth Vader's secret apprentice. But I do think that he has a super cool design with the lightsabers around the belt, and even the ponytail on the back is a pretty cool detail in my opinion. What would be cool as far as the accessories go is if he came with 2 lightsaber blades, and also some swooshing blades would be cool as well. And they made it where all the lightsaber hilts are detachable, so you can use whichever ones you want. I do have the Hot Toys here, and here's an example of what I'm talking about with all of the hilts. Coming in at number 3, I have Crait Luke. Even if you don't like the movie that this appearance of Luke shows up in, I think it's definitely a really cool design, and also probably one of the most glaring omissions from the sequel trilogy, along with Finn and Poe from Rise of Skywalker. What would be dope is if they gave you a stand to pose him doing those special moves that he does when he is fighting Kylo. So these last 2 picks would be just really awesome figures for me personally to have in the line. Like the last 3 ones, they would probably be a 7 or 8 as far out of 10 as far as wanting them, and these are definitely a 10 out of 10. So for my number 2 pick, and I think this will probably surprise a few people, it is the Bespin Guard. Now I do have to admit I have a little bit of bias for this one because it is a playable skin in Battlefront 2015, which is really cool. but I think either way it would just be a really cool figure to have. Also, it would be cool since we have so many Imperial troops to add another trooper and a very unique looking one to the Rebel side. At least as far as I can remember, we only have the Rebel Indoor Trooper, the Hoth Trooper, and the one that we see in A New Hope. So that would sort of add some more variety to the shelf, I believe. What would be ideal for me, and hopefully it wouldn't be made deluxe for this reason, but is if it came with 2 head sculpts, so a darker skin tone and a lighter skin tone one. The thing about that is though, is you would probably also have to have a neck for each of them because of the skin tone, and then also 4 total swap out hands, so 2 for the darker skin tone and 2 for the lighter skin tone, of course. And probably most obvious as well is that it would come with a pistol or some sort of blaster. For my number 1 most wanted Black Series figure, and I'm sure this won't be a surprise for the people who regularly watch my channel, it is the Battlefront 2015 Shadow Trooper. Now this one I really have an attachment to because I've been playing Battlefront 2015 for like 8 years, and whenever I think of Battlefront 2015, I definitely think of the Shadow Trooper. Now we do have some Shadow Troopers in the line already, with the one that comes in the 2-pack along with the Shadow Scout Trooper, and then the one from the Force Unleashed. But this one is specific, as far as I know, to Battlefront 2015, and it has some really cool details with the white Imperial cog on the chest, the blue vent lines, and the silver lenses. Now, if they were to do this figure, it would be nice if they did 2 upgrades to the already existing 2020 Stormtrooper body. Those 2 things are raise the torso to sort of give it that somewhat lanky look that we see in OT and in Battlefront, and also give us a completely new solid Stormtrooper helmet. And the thing about those 2 upgrades is they could of course use those in the future Stormtroopers. An accessory that would be a little bit disappointing if they didn't include it, because again, when I think of Battlefront 2015, I think of this, is the jump pack. And one more item that if they really wanted to show some love for Battlefront 2015 would be the EE4, which is another staple of Battlefront 2015. So that is my top 5 most wanted Black Series figures. Let me know what you thought of the list, and feel free to give your top 5 in the comments as well. If you stuck around to the end, I really appreciate it, and I will let you know that my next custom will most likely be revealed next Sunday on May the 4th. I'll probably do a premiere that will come out at 5 o'clock Central. So again, thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy, consider hitting the like button, as well as subscribing if you're new, and I will see y'all in the next one.